Hey everyone, this is Chase of Rocky Mountain ATV giving you a closer look at the 5.5 FlexLock Enduro boot from Leatt. All right, thank you for checking in. So back in late 2019, we saw Leatt come out their 5.5 FlexLock boot. That boot was a lot of time in the making, a lot of testing. They had a lot of top riders that were wearing that boot to get it dialed in. And you had riders all last year doing Supercross like Justin Hill, Vince Freeze, even Ryan Seiss has been wearing the 5.5 FlexLock. And now they have an Enduro version. And they also have a really good hard enduro rider, Johnny Walker, who rides for Leatt. He has also been wearing the 5.5 FlexLock. And with this boot, the only difference between this and the regular 5.5 is with the sole design. This has an enduro style lug sole. So if you've already watched the 5.5 FlexLock review, then you know it's the exact same boot other than the sole. If this is your first time watching and seeing this boot, well, we're going to go through, talk about all the features, everything that Leatt did to make the best boot possible. Now, before we get in, we talk about the features. Let's just cover fit real quick. I got to ride in this boot when it first came out. For me, the fitment's true to size. What I like about the 5.5 is there's plenty of width in the toe box. If you're a rider that has wider feet, it will accommodate those well. The length on these, for me, is going to be true to size. It's very comfortable when you put these on. There's padding around the ankle area, which is nice. You can feel that when you slide these on. Now, as far as stiffness goes, they are pretty stiff out of the box. I give it about a 7 out of 10. So just know you got to be a little bit patient. Give these some time to break in. There also is some suede material on the inside down by the heel. They put that there just to add a little bit of extra grip to help prevent heel float. Now, for me personally, is it the best boot out there as far as not having heel float? No. But it's not that bad. It's not something that I noticed that I would say is a negative for me when I put these on. But in any case, you got to remember, we do have our fit guarantee. No matter what boot you buy, if you don't like how it fits, you can send it back in brand new, unused condition. Whether it's for the same boot in a different size or a completely different boot, we'll give you free shipping both ways just to make sure you get the size and the fit that you are looking for. So with these, if we talk about construction, that was one thing that Leatt really wanted to keep in mind is they want to make sure that this boot is going to be durable, it's going to last you a long time, and you've got good construction with this. You've got microfiber as your base material, you've got some leather over top the toe box, and then as you can see, there is a lot of hard TPU. There is a lot of good protection with the 5.5. That is not something that this boot is lacking. And I will point out too, I think it's a really good price point. You can consider this a premium boot because you've got top level riders that are riding and racing in it, but you're still gonna be right around $400. That's a very fair price considering how much you're getting with this. But like I said, you can see, a lot of hard plastic on here. The buckle design, I'm actually a fan of. I think they work really well. So they're forged aluminum buckles. They are replaceable. So you just take your strap, drop it in there, snap shut. Very easy to operate, so you got 4 buckles going up. And another thing I want to touch on that I really like about this boot that might not seem like a big deal, but it's the small things, and everyone I talk to likes it as well. They have what they call their SlideLock closure system up here at the top. And what this is, it's a one-way Velcro. And here's what I like about this. When you go to put the boot on, you get everything where you need it to, you take all your buckles, and then when you go to cinch down that upper buckle, you notice that this Velcro will actually slide as you put it on, but then it locks and it doesn't go the other direction. The reason that I like that so much is because with other boots, sometimes when you do this upper buckle here, if there is one, it can bind up that Velcro. So you have to do down the buckle and then you got to kind of get that Velcro lifted up a little bit so it's not binding. So again, I think it's a cool design. I would like to see that honestly on other boots that are out there. Those are your buckles. On the inside, you have your 3D mesh liner on the inside. It's moisture wicking. Like I said, there is that padding in the ankle area, which is really nice. Like I said, nice and roomy in the toe box. So, buckle these back up. All right, so let's talk about safety. This was a big thing that Leatt was doing. They wanted to give as much ankle support and protection as possible. We already talked about how much hard plastic there is on this. That's going to be great for your impact protection. But what's unique is their FlexLock system. You will notice that on the medial and the lateral side, they made it to where this boot can pivot, but they really want to get a big emphasis on lateral stability and rigidity. And so what you can do, you notice that here on the medial side, or excuse me, the lateral side, you have this little red triangular piece. This is interchangeable. You will come with an extra set. Now the extra set that does not come on the boot is the stiffer setting. And what they allow you to do as a rider, if you want to, you don't have to do this, you can interchange these to change how stiff the boot is side to side. And so what they're saying is that you will actually help you give a lockout point side to side with these. So maybe you go down, you plant your ankle. A lot of us have been there where you sprain an ankle, you sit on it. They want to help prevent that. And what they're saying is that with this FlexLock system, you're reducing up to 37% of the forces to the ankle and about 35% of the forces to the knee. That's a big statement, and they're saying they're comparing that to the other high-level premium boots that are out there. Now, from my experience riding in these, I did interchange these inserts to see if I could notice a difference. I'll be honest with you, riding in it, I don't feel a difference. I know it's working. I know it is making the boot stiffer or less stiff depending on which insert you have. It's just not something that I could feel or notice just wearing the boot around, but I know that it is doing what it's supposed to do. So you've got that on the medial and lateral side, and then if you look at the back side here, another cool little safety feature, you can see you have this little insert, you can call it a tongue if you want to, it comes up into the back. That is going to help with hyperextension. You can actually see this working. As I flex this boot, it actually hits a stopping point. So you get to there, it completely stops. So I like that hyperextension feature in any boot. If you look at the medial side here, hard plastic wraps around. As you work your way up, so on here, it's easy to see. As soon as you get to the white, this is a very grippy rubber material. In fact, honestly, it's probably one of the grippiest rubbers that I have felt on the inside of a boot. It's got a lot of texture to it. This, again, is just going to be hard plastic. That's going to be great when it comes to durability. And lastly, when we talk about the sole, you've got a steel shank in here. But the big story, like I said, with this being the Enduro version, is you have the lug sole design. You can see that you're going to have that in the toe box. You've also got it on the heel. So as a rider, if you are doing your Enduro riding where you're planting your feet a lot, or maybe you're doing that hard Enduro like Johnny Walker where you're sometimes off the bike having to push it up a hill or get it off an obstacle, you are going to want that extra grip on the toe box and heel area. What's also nice about this though, it's dual compound, so they actually use a harder material where this black is. That's the inserts that's replaceable, just to give you more durability where you're going to be really contacting the foot peg the most. And I do like too that on this black piece here, this insert, is you have this kind of fine texture. You see these little black dots here. That to me just gives it more grip on the foot pegs. Another thing that I'm a big fan of with this boot is that in the toe box area there is a relief cut. And that relief cut is just to help give a little bit more feel on the foot pegs. So you have better control of where your feet are at. It's going to be a little bit easier for braking, for shifting. That is something that I noticed when I rode in these for the first time. I noticed how much peg feel that they do give, and I was a big fan of that. And that is it. That is the new Leatt 5.5 FlexLock Enduro version. If you have questions or comments, we want to get those answered, so make sure to leave those below. If you have worn a pair of the 5.5 boots, I would love to hear your feedback. What's been your experience with those, good and bad? That's only going to help other riders out there looking to pick up their next set. And to grab yours today, you can click on the link or just head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com. Orders over $75 ship free. And if you like this product spotlight, you have got to get subscribed to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel because this is all we do. We do spotlights on all the latest and greatest gear. We have our how-to videos, our bike builds, a lot of great content, so get subscribed and do not miss out. I am Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.